Everybody, it's the last Robo Kai here. Before we head off to pursue Ishida Mitsunari, we're going to be doing 2 missions for Hanzo and Tenkai. And in the first one, we're going to have to rescue a girl who's been kidnapped by bandits.
It sounds delightfully mundane compared to our normal or our recent experiences.
Yeah, so hey everybody, just place your bets on whether or not the girl we go to get turns out to be like a giant Oni or something, because like that's what keeps happening to us. Literally every single time we go, like there is like, I think the only time it hasn't been that was when we went and rescued Muramasa.
So girl is fine. Never mind. I was going to do a whole bunch of betting pools, and now there is no way I'm getting this out normally with a
Leave this to me, guys! William wearing the dumbest hat possible.
Oh, God.
And an axe.
Girl is alive pays 5 to 1. Girl is a minor Oni pays 7 to 1, and girl is a Nurikabe pays 3 to 1.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, I think my favorite thing that doesn't happen in this game would be if when you pushed open a door, just on the other side was like a Nurikabe. Just blocking. And just looking at you like, what now? How do you get out of this scenario? And it's like, I whistle at you. He's like, well played. Because Nurikabe are back in Nioh 2. It's good to see them back. Actually, I think pretty much everybody from the first game is back in, like, the Yoki are a lot scarier. Yoki look way scarier now. But a lot of the enemies, actually now I think about it, I don't think I saw any one-eyed Oni, actually now that I think about it. I saw things that are a lot more terrifying than a one-eyed Oni, but the Tengu is back. The Yoki are back. Tengu. I saw some Dwellers, even though they aren't as prolific now because there's a much cooler enemy. That is a move I have now.
If the enemy is the Axis takedown.
If I hit them with that attack and they run out of ki, I drag them into a grapple and instantly grapple them down. It's kind of cool.
You just sort of see them looking up at you, and there's that moment where they knew they fucked up.
Indeed. So yeah, the axe is a little bit more robust in my kit right now, and I'm going to try and do that move a lot because I like it. But I am dealing with a man with an Odachi, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say, still the primary problem is the fact that it has a reach shorter than my arm. Like, what is the point of wielding a weapon if it doesn't reach as far as my freaking arm? Like,
that really bothers me in the Dark Souls games and stuff too. Like, axes just they always have like these anemic swings which only cover like a very short radius in front of you, so enemies will invariably get the better of any fight you have. Whereas like the maces, the Morning Stars and things like that will have a hitbox that like lasts for days. You can roll catch everybody forever. Like the strongest weapon in Dark Souls 2 for the longest time, and like before like the expansions and things like that was quite literally a mace that you could get just in the starting area.
It was a little like the Claymore was a little bit like that in Dark Souls 1. You know, just like this Claymore shows up in the first like hour or so of gameplay, and it's basically one of the greatest weapons you're going to get for the entire game. And it doesn't matter what your build is, you can just you can ascend it in different ways to make it suitable for you.
That fucking hat.
Every time I look at it, I lose it again. I'm sorry. Like this hat and I cannot coexist. The hat is too powerful.
God bless the glamour system for this game, like the refashioning, because what they've done is made it so you get a lot of unique hats as rewards for doing missions and killing certain enemies. Like obviously the Onryoki helmet is one I got for beating the Onryoki, and it gave me the recipe to make that, which I thought was super cool. But like the Nioh drops a mask that makes you look like a Nioh. I'm pretty sure the Ogress mask can drop as well. If not, that would be a mistake, because like Jesus Christ, that's like one of the most famous masks culturally in Japanese drama history.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, we have discussed why that's important. There'll be like there's like different masks for like a lot of other stuff as well. But you get really cool hats, like we got the Imagawa hat. We're getting a special kind of hat. The kabuto we're getting for this is like another one of those hats where it's just like, the fuck was the designer thinking? And so naturally I'm going to put it on because it's amazing, and I'm going to make like the most ridiculously dapper William you'll ever see.
What I continue to think as we continue to talk about more hats is that at some point the designer for Nioh 2 played Team Fortress 2 and was just like, these guys understand what is important in life. Hats. Oh,
okay.
Come on. You got
that's a
robbed
bit
out
of
of
a whiff,
that.
isn't it? A very unfortunate whiff.
Well, whatever. They did sink dying, which is, you know, almost as important as synchronized swimming. Almost. All right.
Yeah, why not?
Because it's stupid.
The X is flowing really well in this episode. Like, just watching it, I'm just like, I'm actually sort of getting it again. Like, this is how I was performing when I did my Axe run, when I was playing by myself, like, a year ago, I think it was. I play this game a lot. It's actually kind of funny. When I was talking in previous episodes, I was talking about how, like, when I finish recording, all I want to do is play the game some more. I've started doing that. I've started playing with like another character, like, and doing some other completionist stuff and testing out a few things, just on a different character, so I don't earn too much Embrata for this one.
I really love all of the rising strikes and so forth that the Axe has. I still had a giant problem with its range, particularly when you start getting into you know, something like the one-eyed Oni or the monk Oni. You know, those enemies with serious range, you suffer so bad. Against more man-sized enemies like this, it's incredible. Oh right, those things are poisonous. That's a thing that happens.
Hey, you know. Just, you know, like, we've done this map so many times.
We have.
Oh, hey, this wasn't here last, you know, the other times we did it.
I always remembered like half of the features of this map. I guess it's always because I like precisely because this map has so many different overall stages to it, in the sense that, like, now we were in an overland temple setup, and now we're in a stone dungeon, and I don't know, like it never all gets cataloged in my memory. Nurikabe for friendly. Hey, there you go.
I was really sad he wouldn't let me choose friendly.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Donk!
So we're dealing primarily with bandits, because, you know, these fools dare to steal a samurai's daughter. How awful of them. I've often wondered if I can, like, try and activate it. Sadly, this is like the one boulder you can't activate.
There's a lot of people that die by that boulder, apparently.
Yeah, it gets everybody. I don't know. Like, I'm not entirely sure how many of these things sort of, like, looking at the, yep, crushed to death, crushed to death, crushed to death, yep, okay, no. And they're all level appropriate, too. So they've all fallen for it, in spite of the fact this is, like, about the 4th time. Well, it's the 4th time doing that staircase, but the 3rd time having the crushing things, so...
Honestly, I'm just going to give to say that they're running into the same sort of thing that I said I was suffering from. Just like, this level is like 3 mini levels in one larger level, so you just end up forgetting it because your brain doesn't catalog it right. Still, though,
I'm more like, the minute I get boulder faced, I'm like, okay, I know exactly where that is from now forever.
Yeah, you know, I mean, everybody remembers the Indiana Jones scene because there is something of an impression that a, you know, 10-ton rolling boulder leaves on you. I'm really disappointed that that Guardian didn't get hit by that arrow.
It can happen, and you can probably lure them into it, like, you know, if you work hard enough at it, but... beat him to death.
Yeah.
Beat him to death, rob a grave. This again.
Yep.
Actually
I
blocked
saw
it this time.
that pressure plate. God! Even when you're aiming your bow, I'm sorry, I just can't.
No, the hat is all powerful.
That hat is incredibly powerful. I keep expecting rugby scores to start playing at any moment.
When it gets momentum, it just looks so good.
The way it catches the light every so often, just to bloody well remind you that it's there. It's like, hey, you might have forgotten that I'm a hat, so here you go. I'm reminding you that I'm a hat.
Ooh, I'm gonna grapple you.
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
Alright, whatever.
We're gonna do it. Okay, we're not gonna do it. Jerk.
That said, you're still dead. You're just not dying in style. It's like when you're playing that Friday the 13th game that's dead now. You could just, you could lead Jason on a wild goose chase. You will eventually get killed. But all it really ensured was that you were gonna die lame. Because Jason just wasn't having it anymore. Later, shitlord.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is definitely one of those games that makes you sort of go, I understand why people watch other people play games on the internet. Because it's definitely not my kind of game, but it is entertaining to watch. People just get horrifically
loved that game. I'm so sad that it died. I really loved playing that game. It got up to such stupid crap.
I like it when people just roleplay characters in the game and like
and
try and talk their way out of getting horribly murdered by Jason.
Dude, there was this one time I played Boy Scout Jason. Like he would literally just walk up to cabins and try to sell people like summer sausage or whatever. And if people played along and ordered some summer sausage, I'd say like, okay, that'll be like $4.50, and if they came out, like walked in front of me and like dropped something to pay me or something like that, it was fine. It was done. Like I would let them live.
There you go. It's Shimasakon's daughter.
So, girl is alive wins. Go see your bookies.
鬼を切るという異国の侍でしょ巷では結構有名なのよ
Yeah, alright.
私の父も鬼だなんて呼ばれていたけど
Well, the last time I saw him, we were being separated from one another by a very large army of skeletons surrounding a very large skeleton. So, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
But people will probably be charging you for their psychiatrist bills for centuries to come.
You've got
as the holder of his estate. You will be held responsible for all the damage he has done to people that survived him. Sorry to say. If it's any consolation, your dad was paid pretty goddamn well, so you should have enough funds.
Just, try to put some of it into trust that they can't touch, because damn, they coming!
Look at that fucking hat we've just earned. I'm gonna put that hat on.
Yeah, please.
Alright, next mission, The Watcher in Darkness.
God. And you're gonna get the Yataragasu out of it. That's fantastic. Are you serious?
That's what I look like, ladies and gentlemen.
That is incredible.
Alright, there are some naughty mages out there being naughty again. But this is an original level. We haven't actually seen a level of this design, and it's another one of those levels with that I said ages ago didn't exist. That didn't like that previous level we did was the only one of that design of uniqueness. It was a side quest level that gets Kodamas in a Twilight version. I'm like, I was like a million times wrong, and here's yet another example of how wrong I am.
Kidnapping people for sacrifices, none of the locals will even go near it. Yeah, well. That's probably rational.
Fucking Onmyo Mages. So we're looking incredibly fancy here in our scorpion hat with a little point on the top of it. Wearing our Justice Ministry outfit.
I really appreciate that the top hat has a freaking neck guard. Like that is something incredibly special.
It's still a Kabuto at heart, and it's got like that tiny little point on top. So if we've got anything that we don't want to blow away, any notes or something, we can just sort of stick it on there.
I was also thinking basically like a crappier version of Odd Job from James Bond. You need to take somebody out. You just throw your hat at them like
It's the
top
world's
first.
largest thumbtack.
Yes, there you go.
So boy, this sucks.
Okay.
This is
your
bad.
hit there. Ow! Okay, that
Excuse
one I
me,
don't
you're
disagree
crushing
with.
my hat. Why is he not taking damage when he hits me in the head?
Serious. I was about to ask the same
I
question.
have a tiny pointy bit.
That is absolutely wrecking my verisimilitude.
Who's building Torii gates underground? What the fuck is with this place?
Onmyo Mages?
Who's putting these smiley faces underground? That episode just went up and it's like people can't unsee it now. It's good.
There were a fair number of comments surrounding that. Yes, it was pretty great.
Okay, so here's one of the ways you can go through the level. You can descend leaping down these platforms and land in a poison-filled hell. We're not going to do that way.
That's the speedrunner way.
Yeah, that's if you want to get the level over quickly. Do we want to get the level over quickly? Of course not. We want to show it all off. I'm doing a run around here just so you can just sort of see the angles. There's like skeletons and dwellers on the way down. One thing I actually do kind of like is the Twilight version has lots of spiders everywhere. And you might be like, why do you like that? Because it's sort of a thematic, it's a good thematic hint for something that comes up later. And we'll talk about that when it comes up in the level.
I would also like to know what the hell that rhythmic pulsing was. It was like it wasn't organic enough to be digging, and it was too mechanical to be a heartbeat.
What indeed?
That dude had some moves with that Kurisigama.
Yeah, the Kurisigama, Psycho Clan, ninjas, everything. Yeah, he just used like the new ways attack on me. I'm not cool with this.
Jesus Christ! What did you do? Did you just cut a
No, he
bomb
did that.
out of the air?
He did that. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know what happened then.
I thought it looked like he threw a bomb at you, and then you were just like ha, an error, and then just cut the bomb out of the air.
I'm like, I start to go down. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. Why am I going down there? There's Yokai Mist. There's like 100 freaking guys down there. There's also a guy around here. Yeah, look at that.
It seems like it would be great to just start shooting at people.
Yeah, that's like, why would I ever go down there when the game gave me a gun? And even these guys are like, oh, we're gonna get you with our bullets, man. We're gonna shoot you. And it's like, I just took out the one guy who was like a major threat. And now you guys are sure gonna make me dance a bit, but like, you can sort of see how I tend to aim is like, if I get the shot lined up, then I move into it.
The dudes with the Kimbo pistols are some stylish MFers.
Yeah, even though there's like no way they could ever fire them that quickly ever.
Yeah, like that is so absurdly ahistorical. I don't even know where to begin, but I'm going to give it a pass just because it looks so awesome.
So here's a thing that we will see a lot in this particular level. Our friends, the Onmyo Mages, have been laying down big talismans. I was gonna say little talismans. They are not little. They are big talismans, and they are rude as hell. And if you get too close to them, they will transform into a yokai of some description. I think all the ones in this level turn into one-eyed fiends, one-eyed onis, But
Suppose we'll see.
in other versions, I think they turn into like foxes and stuff. Surprisingly few foxes for this level, considering. I think they just wanted to fill it with the talismans instead.
Frickin' those things randomly spawning foxes is like, there's rude and then there's that, man.
So that's definitely a feature of this level. The good news is if you know where they are, you can take care of them, and they die in one hit. Pretty much one hit of anything. But if you get close enough, they will immediately transform into a yokai. Because normally you'd see that guy, you'd see him or you'd hear him coming around the corner.
Right, you know, like I got a about quarter-second glimpse of the one-eyed Oni, or of the talisman, and then I was just like, huh, what's that? Oh dear! And then there was a one-eyed Oni just all up in your business, and I was like, well, this is not ideal.
Quite a few of them in this level, actually. One-eyed Oni.
Drift around and slap him in the booty again. It's an obsession now. All of the booties slapped. Sure, buddy. Just pretend like you were going for it for the end and not just jumping down into your face or into somebody's face.
So that's where we want to go. Downwards and onwards is where we want to go. But where, like, you know, to progress. Oh God!
Oh, there it is. Of course it.
I made eye contact.
That thing was literally just waiting for you to see there.
Yep, he just went, I don't know, maybe they only work with eye contact. Maybe it's like Pokemon battles. You looked at it and it's like, I'm gonna fuck you up because you made eye contact.
Does this mean
You've been
that
staring at your shoes the whole time awkwardly? I never would have tried to battle you.
Or does this one have a top class Rattata? Is the next one going to like shorts because they're comfy and easy to wear?
Yes.
Fuck.
I'm going to try and like bomb the one because there's actually one directly below us. I'm going to try and bomb
Yeah,
it.
no, I caught a glimpse of it. I thought you were just going to try to like drop attack it or something.
I've immediately given up. That would actually be the intelligent way to do it.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say no. It'll turn into a yokai while we're on our way down.
No, I just generally don't think I've tried it because I'm a silly boy. I'm just gonna say that now. We have an item that will reduce fall damage that I've got plenty of that I could definitely use, but my brain is just like, no, that's too far. I don't want to try it. That's too far. But now that I think about it. Yeah, it's entirely possible. If I just used that item, I would probably take very little damage doing a drop attack on it. Look at the walls of this area.
Seriously.
A lot of rot, but also look at all of the little talismans they've stuck up everywhere. It's so cool. There's nothing freakier in like a Japanese horror game, particularly the Fatal Frame series. Just going anywhere and just finding tons of those plastered everywhere. You know you've stepped into
I was
into
thinking
the
of
wrong
Corpse
neighborhood.
Party, just because like particularly the yokai summoning dolls that we have around here. Those look suspiciously like the paper talismans that motherfuckers always make and get into trouble with Sachiko. I do not beg of her.
Dear. I'm always, you know, decidedly concerned with Japanese horror. It manages to always hit a darker, more primal place than what we usually get from like Western horror.
Yeah, like Western horror has a lot of the incredibly disturbing psychological stuff, but it tends to be very distinct from the. I don't know the word to use, but desensitized, I guess, sort of slasher flick that a lot of people are used to. Like we were talking about Friday the 13th, and Friday the 13th is ostensibly horror, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure nobody's actually gotten scared at a Friday the 13th movie since like maybe part 3, if we're generous. After that, you're like yes, Jason is scary, but you're going to these things to watch a whole bunch of dumbass teenagers get murdered. You know, I mean, it is not something that oh boy, that you're honestly unsettled by. Now, pretty like the standard operating procedure for most Japanese horror is let's do something really screwed up that's really going to touch off the lizard part of your brain.
Indeed, and like part of the reason why I sort of brought up the Fatal Frame series is because I think out of all the horror games, I've like watched other people play because I never really sort of got into those like the consoles that they were on. Of the like the original Fatal Frame series and everything like that. Oh my god! Like watching other people play them, I still felt scared.
Yep.
There's just that right amount of unsettling horror to it. That and the siren in the first Siren game. Like, oh my god.
The original Clock Tower, like the one on the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty scary.
That one also touched me in my spook place, because like you really
that all goes so wrong with Clock Tower.
You really wouldn't think that a Super Nintendo game could be quite that disturbing, but damn,
those were a lot of fuck statues. I feel like we can't go past without mentioning those. We'll see them again because I'm gonna die soon. And the reason I'm like I'm gonna die soon, but the death is like the biggest bullshit. I'm just saying it now. I'm not even gonna pretend. What foxes?
It'll be good to see you be a molten salt reactor on this for once.
Oh, it's just look. You'll be salty too when you see what happens. You'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's illegal. You're gonna declare that as illegal. Am I gonna do it again? Yep. I did it once, and now I have to do it every time. I'm like, okay, I can't.
Yeah, well. Honestly, I don't blame you for trying. It was so incredibly awesome. You gotta try for a reprise. Sorry, reprise. My frickin' 4-year-old niece corrected me on that pronunciation like 2 weeks ago, and I was just like, "That's not how you say that word." And my sister goes, "Nah, it actually is. Like here, check the iPhone and everything." And you know, she was right. You know, my frickin' 4-year-old niece got one over on me.
It's always a little scary and humbling when the little ones get it right.
I was working between being humbled and just plain annoyed. But I swear to God, I learned that word as reprise. It changed it on me, damn it. What?
See, I told you!
You fucking what?
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, Nioh. Excuse me. I want that back. Here's my receipt. Here is my receipt. Waving my arm around like a limp noodle.
I'm a little disappointed that doesn't actually kill you.
And we're back.
Gets up afterward. Fantastic.
Sadly, he doesn't just lie there forever. When you do the play dead emote, he just lies on the ground. You do stay there until you move again. Just like, I'm so mad about that. I'm so fucking mad about that.
Yeah,
because there is no way that should have happened.
Man.
There's no way. I'm like up beside and behind him. Like people were like making like webs of like Dark Souls 2 hitboxes for less than that. Angrily posting about hitboxes and everything, and it's just like, excuse me, I have one to demonstrate. Excuse me, let me get my dogs back, thank you. No, didn't get me that time, did you? What happened? Did your giant elongated arms only grab behind you? Did you reach between your legs that last time and were just too quick and didn't notice?
I would call it an adaptation to your go between their legs strategy, but I honestly don't think One-Eyed Oni are.
Was that secretly the yokai Mr. Tickle from the Mr. Men series? checking something there. And I got all the healing ones already. It's crazy. You don't really stick around too long in this Sekigahara region, to be honest. Okay, so... yeah, we got Poison Rocks. It's been a while. How's it going, Poison Rocks? We've got a very large mist. I'm just going to go into my inventory, and I'm going to put the antidote on the.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're either.
That's like the first time I've actually put something on my second shortcut bar. All right, let's go.
Zoom.
Yep, on Ryoki. Now, in the Twilight version of this, these rocks aren't here. Instead, you face the giant spider lady.
Oh, I'm not certain that's an improvement.
She's a pretty tough and fun fight too, because she actually has the armored legs that I talked about.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember I said that sounded horrifying.
So when she bundles her legs around her abdomen, she's actually a lot more difficult fight, because you've got to attack her from the front. I mean, you can attack from the sides and everything, and eventually break the armor. But it was just easy to attack from the front. But that's where she attacks you. And she also swings her swings her abdomen around like a weapon. I'm sorry, Onroki. I understand you're the boss for this time, but we did just have an episode where we fought you 3 times.
You're kind of old news by the.
You are officially a regular enemy at this juncture. Like I don't even think of you as a boss anymore. Like I had to defeat 3 of you to get your lore. I did that like 100 years ago, even before like the last episode.
I was sitting here expecting the level to end.
Oh no,
because,
this is this is an entirely optional area.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, where we want to go is actually into the building. The door was right next to the shrine.
Sure, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I actually paid attention to.
I'm sorry, the door's at the front. You get the key once you like win the fight in here. And then you can unlock those doors for reasons I'm not sure. Yep, it's me. How's it going?
Back again.
Saika Makawichi, round 2!
Fight! That explains why we're getting the Yatagarasu this level.
Yep. It's going way worse for him than it did every single other time. He's not coping.
You're good. Okay, falls over.
Yeah. The Yodachi blender is basically just fire and forget. You never have to think about where you're aiming. You're carrying your katana in such a ridiculous way.
Yeah, I was like, he's carrying his katana weird, he's carrying his rifle weird, just the entire thing was making me do a triple take.
俺も親父に押し付けられた力だがこのヤタガラスあんたのことも気に入ったみたいだ俺たち西川は末路わぬ一族あんたとはまた会いそうな気がするよ
And there we go.
Yay!
We now have the crow, and yeah, he's leaving. Now we can go take care of the actual person we're supposed to kill. Yeah, that's right. Fighting that boss doesn't end the level either.
Sure, why not?
Nope. And this honestly just reminds me of Dark Souls 2 after you defeat the giant spider. Only this guy is actually ready to fight you, and this is just like some crazy old man that you just stab in the back once and it's over. There we go.
Okay. Well, at least the crazy old man at the end goes down like a crazy old man, instead of being a third boss fight.
Just all the walls fall away. No, my real magic. Then he just falls over dead. We'll get our boss rush later. And yeah, so guess that's it for that. Next time we go climb Mount Ibuki. I've been the Last Robo-Kai.
And I have been Cool Guy.
And yeah, we'll see y'all next time in the great pursuit of Shida Mitsunari and Edward Kelly. Pair of bums.
Dude's like frickin' Dr. Claw. He's always gonna get us next time.